Welcome to the Lone Machinist podcast, the podcast where it's just you, your tools, and the work. No team, no backup. I'm Jamie from JSpec Engineering, and every episode we're tackling the highs and lows of flying solo in the machining world.
And I'm Curt from Confounded Machine, here to chat about everything it takes to make it as a one-man show in the shop. From grinding and turning to the struggles of running a one-person operation, we're sharing the stories, the tricks, and the challenges that come with going it alone.
If you're out there in the shop grinding away by yourself, or just thinking about taking a solo plunge, this show's for you.
So throw in your ear protection and let's talk about life behind the machine.
How's it, Curt? How are you doing
I'm
this
doing
morning?
fantastic, Jamie. How are you doing this evening?
No, I'm doing well. Had a productive day.
Awesome. Making
Yeah, making all sorts, but I got the grinder running somewhat reliably. GPT and I had a bit of an argument about what I wanted to do, but eventually I got it figured out. The problem is I was lazy and I've only got one switch, so I've got two magnets on the grinder, switch in the middle. When it over travels, when it triggers the read switch, it needs to change direction. But it's overshot the switch, so then it triggers it and then rams itself off there.
I see. Okay, yeah.
So,
tick, tick, boom, yeah.
Had to get the logic in there, that it would it would only trigger on every on the odd numbers.
Oh.
So it would trigger the reverse, slow down reverse, go past it, then when it hits the other limit, and then every now and again it would freak out. But yeah, got that working because I was busy grinding more anchor point pads because some smarter literate left half a millimeter on them.
On your grinder, why do you have a big C clamp on it? Like I noticed you have some Allen keyed bolts.
Oh, yes. So the C clamp is to hold the dressing, the little dressing
gotcha.
stick.
Okay.
Because I haven't made a thing to hold it, so I just clamped it to the side. It was one of the first things I did was grind a flat on it, so I could hold it in a vise, and now the flat is against
Okay, because I'm like, it looks like the fixture's bolted down,
Yeah.
but I'm like, is the clamp just for mass, or like, what's going on here? I'm like, I'll bug him about it, so...
Yeah, no, I'm just being lazy. I need to just knock something up quickly on the mill, and then that'll be fixed.
It works.
It's like I'm going to finish the pads that I'm busy with now, and then that grinder's going to get left alone until I need it for the next batch. No, and the next batch, I'm going to leave comma 1 in total to be ground
So you don't have to spend 19 years grinding.
So I can touch it, clean it. Yeah, like it's literally taking me like 15 minutes to grind those parts at this point, and it should be like a 2 or 3 minute job. So, but hey, we live and we learn. Like improvements for next batch.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that's constant improvements.
Yeah, that's the name of the game.
But yeah, got that all running. I need to put all the electronics in a box. I kicked the one wire and broke all the wires off my little Arduino.
Nice.
So I need to actually put it in an enclosure because right now it's still plugged into my laptop.
Sick.
That's how the controller is getting power. So I need to neaten that up just a little bit. And then I'm thinking of buying a mag chuck, even though I don't need one for what that grinder is for. But yeah, I'll just pick one up and then I can use it for odds and ends when not grinding anchor points.
Yeah. Grinders are always useful. So nice.
Oh, no, super useful. Just not having a magnet makes it a lot less useful.
Yeah, I suppose you're manually making every single fixture that's tedious.
Yeah, and for the anchor point, it's fine. Like, I've got a fixture for it, but I think I'm just going to buy a small magnet, like 150 by 70.
Mm-hmm.
So quite small, but enough for odds and ends that I need it for.
Yeah. That's it. That makes sense.
But yeah, that's...
Sick.
Yeah. And then... I was watching your stories this week. I saw you were making screws.
Oh man, those stupid screws are just going to be the death. I mean, there's no reason. Like, I don't have to make them right now, so it's actually not that big a deal. But I've wasted hundreds and hundreds of dollars in tools because it's the problem is like you don't really know until you're like, okay, well, I think this tool path will work better. And I've talked to a ton of people running kerns. I mean, that's the cool thing about like Instagram and the Insta Machinist community is like everybody's willing to chime in and so some people have been super helpful and been like, hey, you might have this issue. You might be having this issue. You might be having this issue. And some people that have machined screws are like, oh, this is what you should do. This isn't what you should do. And so I've basically tried everything that everyone suggested. And my initial toolpath is still the best one, but it still blows up after like almost exactly 12 tools. It blows up, which is technically fine.
Yeah, that's a bit annoying.
Yeah, it's super annoying, but it's like, it's still cost effective in my land, but like, that's just tedious to blow up a tool every, 12 parts. It's just like, I don't want to constantly. And with the heat shrink, it's super annoying because like it's not just a quick swap. I mean, it is a quick swap of tools because I have two of them, but like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's just I don't want to be cycling that.
that's not
Yeah, so
ideal.
I will figure it out. But
Yeah,
thankfully, I have enough screws now that I don't have to think about it for like another month or so. So I'll just keep kicking that can down the road.
for
Yeah,
a little while.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, pour some money into it, and then once I kind of get,
yeah. Technically, yeah.
yeah, so
Technically correct is the best kind of correct, but technically,
yeah.
it's the only time that technically is
Well,
nice. It's
and the
technically
thing is, like,
correct.
I
Yeah, and you're saying you had like a tenth of
yeah,
runouts
like
on
I
those.
cooked. I mean, the one tool holder, like I cooked the shit out of it trying to get like tools in and out. So that one, I was like, you know what? I might have
Yeah,
tweaked this one, but I had a brand new one I hadn't touched yet. So I just warmed it up enough to get a tool in. That's always super easy. And then I immediately put it in the
yeah,
machine, or not immediately, let it cool down. Then I put it in the machine, and yeah, I'm seeing like a tenth of run out, which in the grand scheme of things, a tenth is super tiny, and it's a 100 millimeter stick out tool, so it's got a long gauge length, but it's a tenth on
yeah.
like on a shrink tool. I'm like, well, I could.
And when your chip load is a tenth,
Ooh,
that's a
you're
problem.
robot mode right now.
Oh, fun.
Oh yeah, you sound 100% like a robot.
Am I still
You're
robot
100%
mode?
like a robot right now. Maybe not to other, maybe not to
Oh
other
no.
people. I don't know.
It shouldn't be to other people, but this is a bit annoying. Trying to think what to do here. Okay.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Roboto is back.
You guys might not have experienced it.
I forgot what we were talking about
Well, they
now.
might not have experienced it.
Yeah, you guys might have been fine. It probably
Yeah.
will be because it's recording
Right.
on my side. What are we
The
talking about when
the
I
heat
went full
shrink
robot
holders
mode?
and
Oh
them
yes,
not being right.
when when a tenth of runouts is a problem when your ship load is a
Yeah, well, like
tenth.
the chip load on some of those tools is like it's not even it's what would it be 30 millions? Like it's one step below a tenth yet, which is
Yeah,
insane.
so
Like that's so tiny. That's lower than the
yeah,
machine's going to be positionally accurate, which brings a whole host of other issues. But like, yeah, just like
yeah.
no,
Well, you should be close to that actually because zero. Sorry, we're doing imperializer things here. 002. No, no. 0,0001. Yeah, that's 3 microns as a tenth.
yeah,
So a third of that is basically on the limit of what the machine's alleged
right,
accuracy
yeah.
is.
So like, and you're moving just
Yeah,
super, super, super tiny amounts.
super
So I'm just
small
like,
amounts. Yeah,
and yeah, I'll figure it out. I'm not, I'm not too concerned yet, but
yeah,
there's a lot of other things I can still try.
yeah. Yeah, you sent me that link to those ER Hydra
Yeah,
holders, and I'd seen them a few years ago. They look really
yeah.
interesting.
For
Like I'd seen them and I totally forgot that they existed.
yeah, for
Like,
people that are listening, they're called like
but that
eco. What the hell are they called? Eco something. I should pull it up. I should have been more prepared.
I will make sure
Yeah,
there
we'll
is
put
a
a link in the.
link.
There we go. And
It's
they're
fine.
little
Yeah,
ER adapters that go onto.
link.
Well, they go into any ER call it, and they go down to ER16, which is really cool. And they convert it to a hydraulic. But the thing I
Yeah,
wanted them for is not only do they convert them to a hydraulic, they convert them to a hydraulic with screws that you can adjust for runout, so that you can tighten them up. And then if you have a tenth of runout on one side, you can just tweak them, and then you have the center board tweaked. So it should
yeah.
repeat every time
It's
then. So the sadly,
yeah. It looks like a really really sweet
yeah, I don't know what
system.
the price is. I mean, I think they were listed in. They're not from here. I forgot where they're from. It was a currency I wasn't or familiar with. I don't think they're cheap, and they only go down to 6 millimeters. So I basically contacted them to see if they'll sleeve it down to
Ooh,
like a 3 millimeter, like a 1/8, because that's most of my tooling. But we'll see.
yeah.
We shall see.
You can always put a ER8 extension into that, and then adjust your tool.
I see.
Because I mean, it's an
It is
option.
an option. You're right. Like if I can adjust it, it's just
Yeah, a stupid option,
yeah.
but
It's
an
like a chuck
option.
and a chuck and a chuck and a chuck. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Well, you don't need rigidity. The tool's tiny.
You're kind of right, honestly. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
rigidity is not my. I mean, it could be my holdback, but it's not in this case.
it's not the
Yeah, in
limiting
this case,
factor.
it's just yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. No, I don't think that's your limiting factor.
yeah,
So yeah, you made a bunch. Well, you made some more of your screws. I was making screws this morning.
Sick, yeah. I saw those coming off the little MCO.
For someone who does, for Dave, who doesn't listen to the podcast. We're chatting today and he was asking how the podcast's going. It's one of my mates. We used to fish together a lot, but then he got a job and now all of a sudden doesn't have time to go fishing. Kind of ridiculous. So yeah, we were catching up today. I was making all the drone bits and pieces for him for his new craft that he's building. So we made all the parts for his previous craft. We were actually discussing this today, and there was something I meant to tell him about it. But he was saying before he started the previous venture where he built this really awesome craft, really good range, really good flight time, all weather, like really good thermal package on the drone. Before he built it, he did his research. He spoke to all the local guys. They're like, no, we're looking for something to replace DJI because, well, DJI. And everyone was like, yeah, no, your price point's good. Yeah, no, we keen, build it, we'll buy it. He built it and then couldn't sell it because all the guys were like, oh no, but you're a one-man band. What happens if you get hit by a bus? Now this product has no support. And he couldn't grow because he couldn't sell he couldn't grow to have staff and build that redundancy because he couldn't sell the craft. So he ended up in like a catch-22 situation. So now he's building another craft. He's like, South Africa can go suck doll. He's vying overseas and going to sell it somewhere else. He's going to go over to the UK and sell the craft there. So he's busy assembling this thing, but it's tiny. He made the heatsink bigger because it looked tiny against the battery pack. So he made it bigger. Doesn't need the space. He just made it bigger so it would look less big. But yeah, that's what I was machining. Yeah, I was machining that last night on the first ever mooring point.
Yeah, that mooring doubled up like that. They look good. I like the look of them. They look pretty.
Yeah. I'm waiting for my bore marks to come in so that I can actually make a proper linking plate with really, really tight bores for getting the alignment.
Okay.
Because turns out that 20 microns of clearance means by the time you're on the second anchor point, you're a way off.
Oh, okay.
You're like a good 2 thou off. Because I probed the pin on the first one, then I probed the pin on the second one, and they're 70 microns off in X.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't feel like fixing it. So they are what they are for now. They're each on their own coordinate for now, but yeah, I'll make another fixture.
And I see when you put your pallet on, it tweaks, and then that's your 2 thou essentially. I gotcha. Yeah,
essentially. Because I made a linking plate with, in theory, tight bores, but I'm having a bit of trouble measuring. My inside mark decided it was 40 microns off. So it got yeeted straight into the bin. I'm using a snap gauge or a ball gauge and outside mark to measure them, which I can get repeatable measurements on, but it's very much by feel. So I picked up 2 inside marks, 3-point inside marks, a 8 to 10 and a 14 to 17 for doing the anchor points so that I can accurately measure bores, because that has become a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, it seems like your world's starting to revolve
so
around
then I
that.
can around those stupid measurements. So I'll make a new link plate and then I'll just loosen up the anchor point, slap the link plate on, tighten it down, clock the link plate, tighten it down, and then there we go, sorted. Back right within the tolerance range we're looking for. But for now, it works. Yeah, we'll see how it handles making the bodies of the anchor points 2 at a time. Because I think there'll be a significant increase in rigidity.
Cool. Are you going to
Yeah, the shunt guys actually phoned me today.
Oh, yeah?
They're like, hey, did you have a look at those tool holders that we sent you quotes on? I'm like, yes, I did. I need to come visit you so I can convince you to bring one in for me. So when I give you money, you can just give it to me. I don't have to wait 3 days.
Right.
So I'll go visit them and be nice, show them the anchor point, convince them to bring it in for me because, PayPal's doing the PayPal thing.
Yeah, that is, that can be tedious.
Yes. Tedious. Yeah, especially when I wasn't expecting it. But anyway, it is what it is. Anchor points shipped this afternoon. Tried to ship them last week, but since we had a 2-day work week last week, Monday's was a public holiday for Freedom Day. Then Thursday was the 1st of May, which is a public holiday. So basically the entire country took Friday off. My friend put in leave on his leave form. He wrote there because everyone else took the day off. He was going to be the only person at work, so he was kind of forced to take the leave. So like the shipping agent were closed on Friday. They put out a thing, they closed Thursday, Friday. So then I tried to book shipments on Friday. And when I put in an address in California, for someone who listens to the podcast, hello EJ. I try to put in his address. I put in the name, the number, the street name, and the city, and it auto populates it. It says, "Oh, cool, California."
Mhm.
Selected it. Then it wouldn't give me any option except their economy shipping.
Mm.
Messaged them this morning. Eventually got an answer back at like 11 o'clock because they were inundated this morning because now
Right.
everyone's
Right.
troubleshooting. They're like, oh no, just type in California and it'll give you the options instead of CA. Typed in California, there we go. Options done. Booked 4 shipments out with FedEx this morning. Got another 2 leaving tomorrow. And then that's all the anchor points. Well, the first 6 of the anchor points out the
Nice.
door.
That's awesome. Yay.
Yeah. And then I might need to hold back another 2 of them to put 2 mooring points on my machine.
Oh, I see. Okay. Just to speed up production, or
Because I got, oh no, I got a, no, I've got a job that's going to use the whole span of my machine.
I see.
I need to go through a big ass Tufnell job. So then I'll make a pallet that spans both of them that I can drop it in and out
Oh,
as
cool.
needed. Because I can't reach the table,
Right.
so I'm kind of screwed. I've got to make a riser of some
Yeah.
sorts. So I'll see what's going to be the best option there.
Yeah, I guess you either take all the anchor points off, bolt the riser on, machine the riser, or just put 2 more anchor points on and be done with it. Yeah, I see that. I see that. That makes sense.
So I'll probably throw another 2 anchor points on a mooring. I'll probably make 2 mooring points, 2 more mooring points. Throw one of them on for now, and then plan to put a second one on down the line closer so that I can span them with my vices. Right. That way, I can have my vices on a harbor pallet with 4 anchor points below it, so it's a little bit rigid. Because that's the thing, like it's never going to be as rigid as bolting a vice to the table.
Of course. Yeah.
Never ever. Like I know this, but it'll probably be rigid enough for 95% of what I need.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, we're having a discussion today on how to achieve accuracy on a water jetted pot because the guy had samples at a couple different vendors so we can see where we need to put the bores to push drill bushes into, what kind of tolerance range we need. So we're trying to figure out how to measure this. I'm like, dude, just get in your car and come visit me. We'll throw it in the LK, drop the probe in at manual probe, but we can touch, do effectively measure the bore, take notes of the location of the center, measure another bore, and we can figure out what their linearity is like on their machine. Because I don't know how accurate that's going to be. Either that or we make a drilling jig that there's a bunch of holes that we pin to 2 holes, and then everything is established from that point forward, where we make a really as accurate as we can master and then try and keep it temperature controlled, although they're not trying to hold. Like they'll be happy if it's within 50 microns.
Still.
But that's 50 microns over a long
50,
distance.
50 is still tight for a water jet part, especially if it's sizable.
Yeah. Yeah, considering the... Yeah. So the issue there is the samples, like he sent out samples to 2 people. The drill bush fits in the one and doesn't fit in the other, and the difference is 0.15 on the feature. Like, the one's got, he reckons the one, it looks almost like the wall is curved, not tapered, but curved. So I'm like, that's probably they're using a 5-axis head and that's not properly calibrated.
Right, yeah.
Or it's not properly set up for the material they're cutting. So, sending things out to other people is a problem.
Yeah.
I don't like sending things out. Like, I hate it. Because every time it's just problems.
Yeah. No, I get that world. Yep.
That's why we vertically integrate.
I know everything. You end up doing everything and then you're host.
So that's...
Yep.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like now we're making pins and all sorts of fun stuff because suppliers are useless. Yeah, I actually need to go pick up more pins because I only have enough for the current batch of anchor points.
Cool.
Which hopefully will be out of stock soon. So I can justify doing another batch.
Nice. Yeah.
I think as soon as these first ones hit, we'll get a bit of a spike.
Exactly. Once people get it in their hands and able to test it and see.
Once people realize that they're actually being delivered, they will.
Yeah.
They will hopefully place some more orders because there are only another 7 available in this batch.
Gotcha.
I thought there would be 8, but there's 7. I scrapped one of the pads when we were making them, so there's only 7 pads. So
okay.
when those are done, that is this batch finished, and then we're on to the next batch. I'm waiting on tool holders and bits and bobs in the
Nice.
interim. Yeah. So I ordered a few more.
Yeah, I see that. How many did you order?
Yeah. I ordered another 10. Actually, how many did I order? I think I ordered another, it's either 10 or 12 that I ordered, because currently I have 27 tools outside the machine and 16 in the
Right.
machine.
That's a lot of tool holders.
That's going to go up to at least 37 outside the machine and 16 in the machine at any given time.
Okay, so all the profits for anything you've made now have gone to tool holders.
$25 a tool holder.
Oh,
So no.
that's insane. That's so
China, number one. I only get that pricing if I order 10 at a time.
Oh, okay.
But those are the ones I've been running since I put the BT30 spindle in the slow ER.
Wow. That is
I ordered 10 of them. So my heavy roughing tools, anything like that gets a good quality holder. But my 6mm end mills, let's face it, that if that thing gets to 50%, I'm Stowell.
right. Yeah.
If it gets to 50, it doesn't need a super rigid fucking magical healing holder. And these things run out good enough that it's never been an issue. So like all my thread mills live in a holder. M3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, they're all dedicated to a holder and they've never come out of their holders. Same thing with all my standard drills. They live in their holders. When I need to run the job, I put the thing in, I type in the tool number, and it's already set up in the machine. Like today, I was setting tools up to run steel. I want to now set up a set of dedicated steel tools that I'm not stuffing around when I need to switch to steel. I just load the tools. I'm not having to break down my core tools to be able to run again. Because that gets old, breaking down your core tools. Like I had to break down tool number 5, my rougher, to put in my tool 405, my steel rougher.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so that was
I
getting
get
old.
that. I know. I took one of those shrinks and I just put a thread mill in it because I'm like, I don't need 2 of these shrink holders. And I'm like, you know what? My thread mills last 1,000 million years. So I'm like, I'll put one in here and then I don't have to think about it. And same thing now. I never have to because I needed one more tool for a drill. Same thing. I don't want to. It's easy to swap a drill out, but I'm like, I don't want to swap. I'd rather swap just the tool holder in. Yeah, exactly why. So, although I did take.
That's what tool tags are for.
And that's why I took a page out of your book and I went to the magical land of cheap and bought myself some of those DC holders. But even then,
I'm very curious to see how those work.
They're $50 a pop plus a $20 call it. I mean, they're very cheap, but they're not $25 cheap.
Yeah. Well, I've still got to buy collets, but I buy collets from the 3D printing place locally. Because they for drills, they sell in 0.5 millimeter increments. So for all my drills, I buy from there because then it's right on diameter. It's not like you're going from a 10 down to a 9.5. You're going from 9.5 to a 9.5. So it's a little bit, although who knows how concentric they are. They are literally still in the China box when they arrive here. But unless you're buying from one of the really high-end places and specifying that you want a Rego or a Shunk or a brand name collet, you're getting a China collet.
Yeah.
From any of the places. They'll charge you Rego price, but give you China collets.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, you can buy expensive things, but if cheap ones work.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well,
especially for holding drills, I can't see it being that much.
I know. Better. I'm super curious to see how these DC holders work. I mean, if they repeat well, that's great. If they don't, like you said, I'll just throw drills into them. Whatever, not a big deal. But
drills are things you don't really care about.
And I also bought
because I'm now.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, so I've now changed the way that I'm doing the blank pallets and the anchor point bodies. They now run with wear comp in my machine. I'm not one for wear comp, but
it's wonderful, isn't it?
So I actually heard something. Yeah, I heard something on a podcast. You make all your toolpaths except your finishing toolpath, like for reboring a bore. Everything else, make it optional. I just need to actually go read what the block delete function, how it actually works on the Siemens, because I haven't played with it. Then you literally hit block delete on. It just runs your bore and then it's done. So I need to just look at that. But yeah, I'm running everything now that I can dial in that fit at the machine. I don't have to post code. And then I need to order purple PETG because all the anchor point tags are going to be purple.
Oh, smart, yeah.
For the tools dedicated to that. Yeah, then they're all purple tools. Purple tools go in the machine. I run anchor points. Purple tools come out the
Nice.
machine, and then I'll just dedicate because I'm the machine's holding amazingly tight tolerance because again cutting aluminium, so tools don't wear out. Once I dial in the tolerance on like the bores for the pallets, it holds it perfectly. I machined 50 pallets on Sunday last week, Sunday night. Didn't have an issue. Held tolerance perfectly. It's just dialing it in and then
Right. Right.
keeping
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
there. So yeah, no, yeah, gonna get my processes dialed for that one.
Cool.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the way.
you was
I
yeah.
know. Speaking of the
I am.
I said, speaking of the inexpensive tooling, I also tried like when I was ordering those DC collets, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to order just a gang of inexpensive end mills too, because I'm breaking them left, right, and center. I'm like, I wonder how, if the cheap ones are going to break left, right, and center. So I
Yeah.
ordered everything from like, I think about a $7, like they're all about 0.3 millimeter end mills, so kind of tiny. Everything from ones
Okay.
that are like $7 up to like, I don't know, 20-ish bucks. Just ordered like a whole suite of them. So I'm
Okay.
curious to see how those perform.
See how they
Yeah,
work.
because I
Yeah.
mean, if
Well,
we'll see.
I was running a 2 millimeter end mill, 22 millimeter stick out. So it's
Mm,
a reduced neck, 22 millimeter depth of cut for doing fins in
mm,
injection molds. That's what they're actually for. And those were a couple dollars an
yeah,
end mill. I bought 2 or 3 of the 1.5s, the 2s, and the 3s. I ran that thing. I was boring on the side of a round pot, boring 3 millimeter
yeah,
bores. Worked
nice.
beautifully. Like, yeah, I've got a bunch. All my thread mills are straight out
Mm,
of China because what I can get for, hang on, Imperial other time, what I can get from China, excluding shipping, for $13. Locally, the guys want. Last time I got a price on an M6 thread mill, they wanted
ooh,
$140. So literally 10x the
yeah,
price. Yeah. Because it's fancy and expensive and not common because, yeah,
yeah,
we all run
yeah,
Bridgeports here.
yeah. That makes a
Um,
big difference.
like I now need to buy M2 thread mills for the drone heat sinks, so that I don't have to tap
Right?
them by
Yeah,
hand. Because M2 by hand is flipping
yeah, yeah. A little
terrifying.
scary, especially on a finished part. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I wasn't going to rigid tap it. That's I think a bit fucking stupid. I'm going to rigid tap 1,000 M1.6s in
Oh yeah,
brass,
brass, no doubt.
but aluminium
Yeah,
scares me because it galls and then yeah, shit goes south very very
yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, you could probably form
So
tap it pretty easily,
thinking,
like form rigid tap it.
yeah, I've never form tapped anything.
I started form tapping titanium when I was breaking titanium
Yeah,
taps left, right, and center, and it works remarkably well. It's just the thread isn't super pretty, but I mean, it's a strong thread because it's work hardening the threads that's making it, and the
yeah.
tools are really
Because
robust.
I've been rigid tapping
Oh,
M12.
okay, yeah,
I rigid
big boy
tapped,
stuff.
yeah, like 50 something holes over the last week. I've got a program set up for making blank pallets, including Tool 48, which is an M12 tap. And it just, yeah, don't go deeper than 25 mils
Mm,
and it's fine. You go deeper than that, it starts to
mm.
get stuck. And then you've got to loosen the vise, jog the machine up, and then turn your pallet off your spindle. It's less than ideal. Had to do that once. And then after that, it ran fine.
Nice.
But I got a friggin' stack of pallets. It's great. I have a stack of pallets and I don't think I have enough
Oh, I mean,
because people are buying pallets for some reason. Apparently, they're cheap.
yeah, yeah, they're really cheap.
Yeah, I need to actually revise how many can be purchased with an anchor point to keep it as one box. But yeah, and how many can be purchased on their
Nice.
own because I think that number might need to go down just a little
Wow.
bit.
Whatever. People can still order two boxes, and it's probably still cheaper than buying it where they're from.
Well, I hope Danica updated the website because someone bought one and they got a free pallet because they packed in boxes of
Oh,
two.
nice.
So I was just like, screw this shit, free
Oh,
pallet. I could not be bothered to pack one in a box, like
that'd be a
complimentary
nice little
pallet.
surprise for them.
Yeah, like I'm not doing unpacking shit. And then Danica made thank you cards for the boxes,
Aw.
but she personalized them.
Ah,
And she showed me the sample, and I'm like, okay, cool, please unpersonalize it. And then she reprinted them personalized still, and I put the wrong one in the wrong box, so I had to cut the box
yep.
open. And then I realized I forgot to pack the pallets in the box, so I had to cut the box open again. I was like, let's just make it generic because the potential upside is way lower than the potential
Yeah.
downside. Because if you get a box and it's got your name in it, oh,
Yeah.
awesome. If you get a box with some other dickhead's name in it, you're going to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
upset. So, like, take the names off. Like, it's cool, but take the names off.
Yeah.
So she did that.
I know I personalize all my boxes and it is super tedious. Like I don't know why I started doing it, but I mean for the
Yeah,
price I'm charging, it's fine. It's workable. I have a system
yeah,
now, but it's just like, oh man, like if you ever mess this up, it's a big mess up because someone's gonna be like, hey, my name's not Dave, and you're like, oh no.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, the potential downside is way higher than the
totally,
potential
yeah,
upside. Like,
yeah,
way, way higher.
yep.
So I was like, nope, too risky. Take it out. But yeah, we got the packaging pretty sorted. Got the gum tape dispenser working. Got the shipping agent kind of sorted out now. Not excited to get that bill. Um, but yeah, at least paid for by the sales of the anchor point, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, that I've now made friends with the FedEx driver. I know how he wants the stuff when he pitches up,
Nice.
so it's sweet. He pitches up, everything's all. He's going to bring me envelopes tomorrow that I can literally put the paperwork in the envelope, slap it on the box that it's ready
Yeah,
to go. That he doesn't have to do. He needs to do as little as possible when he
yep.
gets here.
That is the way.
Try and make his life
Oh,
easier.
totally. Try not to lose
Yeah.
packages. Yeah, I do the exact same thing. I'm like, how do you want it? Like, how DHL wants it a specific way, FedEx wants it
Yeah.
a specific way, UPS, like they're all different. So
Yeah. So I found out what FedEx want from me, and that is how they will get it,
yeah,
with all the required paperwork and a pretty picture of me because it needs to go with my ID because I don't have exporter's code yet. That is something I need to jump on top of Danica with tomorrow. She was meant to make paperwork for me because I need affidavits or some cuck. So I sent her the email. She needs to sort out the paperwork for me. Then I'll phone the bean counter and shout at him until I get an exporter's code because I can't actually export the next batch until I have exporter's code because you can only export a certain amount on your ID number in South Africa. And we are rapidly approaching that number. So it looks like my tunnel account's name will move to Danica
yeah,
Peacock.
yeah. Cycle through names until you get it sorted. Yeah,
100% different fucking family members keep exporting
yeah.
things. Now, I've got a customer who offered to let me use the exporter code if I get stuck because they during COVID they started making the hand sanitizer things and were shipping them. They're shipping them somewhere weird, somewhere in Africa. Like they printed a bunch of money with
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a case of be quick on it and you can make a
Totally.
killing.
Yeah. No doubt. I know I'm kind of apprehensive because our postal, like we had a postal strike a few months ago, and then they basically signed terms with the government saying like government forced them back to work because it's private, but it's government. It's weird here.
Yeah.
But they're coming up on that deadline, so they can strike again. So I'm kind of, and I think it's end of this month that it elapses. I mean, thankfully, I have like a billion other carriers that I set up for it, but it's still not super fun to be like, crap, now I have to drop all these carriers. Yeah.
So we used to order from Hobby King. Well, I used to order from Hobby King. Basically, I'd get paid my salary, I'd pay my rent, I would buy some groceries, whatever was left in my account, that was model money, and used to do Hobby King orders. And in 2015, our postal guys went on strike. There's probably still a pilot or a Tambo airport. Like, stuff never arrived, at all. It's now working again, kind of. EJ sent me a parcel. It took 4 weeks to get you because you didn't put my cell phone number on it. So they don't come and drop a slip in your post box. They send you an SMS. So I actually went down there. I'm like, hey, can you please just check if there's any parcel with my name on it here? I'm expecting something and I don't know if my cell phone number. And the guys phoned me like a little bit late to say, no, your parcel's here. And so was my smart everyday baseball.
Cool.
Yeah. Joined his Patreon so I
Nice.
can get a baseball. But yeah, our postal service, like I won't, Danica said to me, why don't we look at sending with post? Like, not a chance. I don't trust our post, and I sure as hell don't trust USPS.
Yeah.
Like, I shipped a knife out a while ago. It's sitting in customs with USPS still after like 2 months. I had to send a replacement. A replacement arrived, but that one just got sucked up by customs.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with everyone's favorite topic.
Oh, yeah.
The
big old tariffs.
Because parcels are going to hit the US tomorrow.
Yep.
Like, they shipped today, so We will know tomorrow what the situation there
Yeah,
is.
I'm.
Hopefully,
Yeah, I don't know.
not entirely stupid. The nice thing is, even with a 30% tariff, I'm still cheaper than the
I know
competition.
that's kind of the same boat I'm in. People are like, "What are you worried?" I'm like, "Not really, because I'm kind of underpriced, and so it's like it's not hasn't been a big issue for me." And I mean, my thankfully, my
Yeah,
market is worldwide too, so that sucks up a lot of it. And it's actually getting bigger, which is lovely. My U.S. is still my biggest market, but it is
yeah,
also nice to see the other markets catching up. So kind of just
yeah. So far, all the orders that I've got have come from the
yeah,
US.
yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah.
So yeah, kind of makes sense. We did get one inquiry from someone in the EU. We emailed them back and haven't heard anything
Mm,
from them. They wanted to buy four, and I'm like, sorry, we've limited it to two per
mm,
person for this first batch, just so that it doesn't all go to
yeah,
one
yeah.
person. Um, and haven't heard back from them, or from the guy who did a pre-order for batch two,
Oh,
because he couldn't buy
mm,
batch one. So he bought two spots in the pre-order for batch two. So we emailed him with coupons and, hey, here's your coupons. Feel free to grab out of batch one if you
yeah,
want.
yeah.
Like, so yeah, I need to harass him and see what's
I
happening
know
there.
people are strange. Like even for this, like the lotto for that 777 pen that I just couldn't get rid of.
Dude, 777
I was
is the
just gonna go to the
best.
park and
Yeah.
just bury it in the sand. Be like, okay, whoever wants it, it's in the park by my house. Come find it. Because I was just like, and like, I set up a deliberate lottery this time. I was like, you know what? Okay, deliberate lottery starts on
Yeah.
Monday, draws on Wednesday. I told everybody that. I'm like, anybody that signs up is probably going to be like, oh, okay, I'll check back on Wednesday. And I think I forgot how many
Yeah.
duds that I pulled. I'm like, you just signed up. You knew the price. You knew everything about it. I'm like, this is madness. But
Yeah,
and that's the
that's
problem is
weird.
there's a ton of people that are just like, yeah, I kind of want this, and then just like
Well,
goes out of their mind. Then it comes around, and
well,
I even saw them. Like I could see them. They logged in. They saw
that's what.
the email. They saw the password. They linked in.
Yeah,
They're like, nah, I don't want it. It was like, oh, okay. Like just let me know, and we can move along. But whatever.
yeah. No, that's like Dave with chatting to everyone. Yeah, no, your price is good, craft's good. Yeah, talk is
Talk is
cheap.
cheap.
Like everyone wants everything. Put your money where your mouth is. Like
Yep.
it's like getting paid in
Yep.
promises. Shit gets old very
Yeah.
quickly. So yeah, it's. But yeah, see. Tell me about your two journals
Oh, okay.
or dual
Dual journals.
journals.
Okay, so
I'm
I
curious.
mean, obviously I sell pens, so I do a lot of writing. But one thing I've done, like I've done this for the last forever. I always have like a journal. Like I write the date in there, and then I write like to do lists or like just what I'm doing during the
Yeah,
day. And then usually by the end of the month, I do a month summary. But the problem is I'm a little bit particular and a little bit compulsive. So a while
that doesn't
no,
seem like
no.
you at all,
So
Kurt.
I like neat things. I like a journal to look really nice, which means I don't want to put like I won't like just scribble down something. Like I'll write it really nicely, which slows things down and kind of defeats the purpose of having something that I can just scribble down into. So I have
Yeah,
two journals. I have one journal that I carry every day that's like a pocket notebook and a leather carrier, and it's got like I use that in my wallet, like it's got my money in there and everything. So that one is just like my throwaway. It uses like those little disposable like whatever they're called, like field note kind of books. And I write whatever I
yeah,
want in there. I have like kind of my month summary, what I got to do on certain days, to do lists, whatever. That thing is just like I don't have to worry about keeping that thing pretty. And then I have a nice big journal that I do like I literally just sit down like at night and will write like what I did for the day. I track a bunch of weird stuff because I like data. Um, and that one I like I put effort in and I make it pretty and I use colors and like I'm like one of those like girls on Instagram that have like like the pretty titles on, on things. The
the
bullet
bullet
journal kind
journal
of
ones.
dealio. I
Yes, I'm aware of those because my wife has had
oh
like
I
15 bullet
love it.
journals. Turns out that having another notebook doesn't
It
fix
does. No, you can
ADHD.
buy as many notebooks as you want. You can buy 100 of them. I'm addicted to journals. I'll like me and my wife both will go like to the stationery store and she's like, look at how pretty this one is. I'm like, I should buy it. She's like, we already have like 9 ready to go. I'm like, I know, but this one's pretty too. Anyways, so I've standardized it. I've made it nice and I use the same one every time and like I write the same. Yeah, it just I, it helps me.
Hey, look, there's my notebook. I've been looking for it.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got a green one as well
Yeah, well, and it just
that are exactly the same but bright green that we use for notes. But like I lose
yeah,
them.
and I mean, I don't because I'm particular. That's the nice word for it. But like
You're
I'm
using it
using it
all
all
the
the time and it
time.
lives in my pocket and the other one lives on my desk. But
Yeah,
it's just like if you're not tracking it, you're not like if you don't measure it, you don't manage it. Like we've said a million times. So like dumb things
That's
like
it.
how
Yep.
much sleep am I getting? I like to chat that or like track that, because be like, how do I feel that day? I'm like, oh, I feel like shit. Or like, oh, the 2 days prior to that, I got 4 hours of sleep. It's like, okay, wise guy, that's maybe why you feel like shit. Like maybe you should focus on that. So it
Yeah.
just, I don't know, keeps me honest.
Yeah, what's measured is managed is a very powerful
Totally.
statement. Like
Yep.
that's why I log the uptime on the
Yep.
LK. Not because I really care about how much uptime I get, but it's interesting to go back and look at it historically. The other day it was on my LK was on for 5 hours. I ran 40 minutes of
Right.
cycles.
Yeah.
It ran for 40 minutes. Like it was sad. Today today was not bad. We got 65%. We were on for 5 hours and we ran for just over
Nice.
three. But I was running the MCO and grinding and doing paperwork and all sorts of crap while I was setting up and running the
Yeah,
LK.
well, and it's like that stuff, like you said, it's easy to lie to yourself and be like, oh, I was super productive today, and then look back at the stats and be like, oh, the machine was on for 8 hours, but I only used it for two. It's like you weren't really that productive.
Yeah.
You're
No,
running around the
that's
whole time.
I switched like I finished running the parts I was running today. I switched the machine off because it eats air and it eats electricity, and I went and had lunch, and I don't think I turned it back on in the afternoon. I was busy with
Right.
other
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I was busy. There's no point in it being on and sitting just eating
Right. Yeah,
electricity.
yeah. Totally.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, before we continue, let's quickly shout out our Patreons. So, thank you to all our Patrons who make the show happen. We got Jade at Benchmark 20 and Fabtastic. Pretty sure there's meant to be more to that, but Danica made the notes, so I'll harass her. Danica also asked me to please let everyone know that the shirts on the JSpec Engineering store are going to be there till the end of the month. At the end of the month, the only one that will remain is the Chip
Oh,
Fans
good.
shirt, because that's a
Good.
newish one. And there will be new designs coming.
Yay.
So if you want to pick up some of these designs, now is your chance. You've got till the end of the month. And then, last day of the month, she's going to drop some new designs
Ooh.
on the store. Speaking of the store, if you want to support the podcast, you can head over to the website, thelonemachinist.com, and on there will be a link through to the merch, which is on the JSpec store. That all supports the podcast and making my wife tolerate editing it for us.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you to everybody.
Curt,
Thank you to everybody. Thank you to the Patreons, and thank you to your lovely wife
yes,
for putting up with us.
to everyone listening as well. Yes, I was chatting to Jacob from the Taps and Patience. He's the guy, the producer of Taps and Patience's podcast now.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah,
With
yeah, yeah.
AJ and
Yeah.
Harrison. Yeah, he's the behind the scenes guy. Chatting to him this morning. He's like, do you want to trade some services, podcast editing for an anchor point? Uh, he's like, no, he's like, there's nothing. You're saying there's not much you can really add to the podcast because we've got Danica handling it for us.
Right.
So, but yeah, we were chatting about anchor points this morning. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
He's doing Xometry work,
Ah, gotcha.
and Xometry is now 40 days out on payments.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, they've pushed it and pushed it. So it used to be, as far as I know, I'm not a Xometry vendor, but as far as I know, it used to be they had the Xometry credit card story where you got half the job
Right.
on the card instantly.
Yeah.
And then they got rid of that. Then it was 30 days. And now it's been pushed out to 40 days.
Yeah. It's greasy. It's gross. Everybody should push back.
Delivery.
Everybody should push back.
Freaking nuts.
Yeah. Because if every single
Yeah,
vendor
well,
pushed
I mean-
back, they would collapse. Like they would cave.
Yeah.
They would cave. They wouldn't just corporately
So
greed their way through it.
The next Taps and Patience episode. In the last episode, AJ mentioned something about another venture.
Mm.
And apparently they had Jacob on this last episode, the one they filmed or they recorded last night, going into a bit of detail on that. So I'm
Cool.
looking forward to that. I've got early access to it, so I should know in the next day or two. And then he said I think it's coming out in the next week.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm very, very curious to hear what that's all about.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you see did you? I'm trying to think how to word this to be a dick. Justin from Toolpath.
Yep.
Posted a story last night. Did you see the story? Got very similar results to you.
Oh, with his anchor point.
Testing his anchor
I think he made it
points.
as a post. Yeah, I watched all of them. Yeah. No, I'm glad.
Yeah, he made it as a post. He shared it. That thing's got like a lot of views.
Oh, nice. That's good.
So he did it as a collaborative post with the Toolpath account.
Oh, cool.
His account, his personal account, and my account.
Oh, sick.
It Yeah, it's on 8,500
Oh,
views.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
What a
so
gentleman.
yeah, my phone has been blowing up. Oh yes, also I put out a hang on, I'm trying to navigate my phone here. I put out a call earlier today for questions for the podcast,
Yes.
and I did get one.
Ooh.
I just now can't find it because that's how I roll. Oh, okay. It was just Joshua Furman from
Firmworks?
Firmworks.
Nice.
He was asking for an update on the Anchor Point sale update, please. So they are for sale still. There are still units available for now. There'll be another 7 units in batch one. We're just waiting on spring, so we actually only have one that can ship really rapidly. So yeah, just thought I'd have a quick update
Nice.
there. Grab one now while they're hot.
Nice.
Yeah, they'll all. I'm waiting on springs. The spring supplier said this week, so I will harass them and go fetch my springs so that I can assemble the rest of the units, and then start rolling into batch two.
Sick. Yeah, I went and checked out that. I went out and
Yeah,
checked his vices at Firmworks Vices. They're pretty slick. I do like those. I see why you want
yeah.
them. I was like,
I
ooh,
kind of
those are
need
pretty.
some. Yes, they're big.
Yeah.
They
Right.
150 mil, which is awesome because the anchor point material comes in just over 120.
Mm.
So then perfect, can hold it, can hold the blank pallets. Yeah, the saw cutting on the blank pallets was a little bit all over the freaking show. Um, but yeah, is what it is. So I've made a note in the some way, just saying, listen, the saw cut expected to be kind of all over the show. They vary quite a bit, and I'm not going to put them into the machine and machine op two. Like rather leave as much material for
Totally.
the guys as
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
possible. Also, it keeps the price down.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly.
Like, not that they take very long to machine. I've got that process pretty dialed. I run both my vices, run 2 pallets at a time. I mean, I blasted through 50 of them in an
Nice.
evening while I made 300 of something else on the lathe. It was great. Although I had chip in aluminium, I had chip breaking issues. Well, not chip breaking, insert breaking or insert chipping issues
Weird.
using a WNM-G08.
Hmm.
I think it was because my spinning stops. So I'm feeding the bar at 2,000 RPM
Okay.
because my lathe takes forever to come up to speed. And I think it's knocking the stopper deeper and deeper into the bore.
Okay.
So I need to just make a new one with a step that it cannot go
Gotcha.
anywhere. So I think I was taking like a 2 millimeter facing cut or 4 millimeter facing cut. And it didn't appreciate
Yeah.
that. And as usual, this customer supplied enough material to make 299 parts out of
Nice.
300. He never supplies spare material. It's friggin' infuriating.
Still make.
And then I rigid tapped those on Tuesday morning.
Nice.
Tapped those. That was great fun. Jamie's normal story. Put a piece of coroplast between me and the coolant. Door open, part in every like 5.5 seconds. So I think that's all I ran on that day. The machine had 40 minutes of cycle time.
Nice.
And I tapped 300 parts. Yeah, no, it's super quick. Like, it's a drill tap center. That's at full rapid as well. It's like zooms over, threads it, comes out, zooms back. And you unlock the vise, drop another one in.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I ended up putting new lights in my machine today because the one died.
I saw that, yeah. It also pleased me that you were angry that the color temp was wrong. I was like, good. This is proper.
Yes. It's been driving me mad since I put them in. Because I was at the China shop and I'm like, I'll just buy these, they're fine. And then they were the wrong color, and I'm like, ooh.
Yep.
So yeah, I used those stupid heat shrink things with solder in them.
Oh yeah.
Where you put the 2 wires in, heats it up. Yeah, never used them for that.
Yeah, they look cool.
So I used those to swap over to the new LEDs. Also put 30 watts in. Like, yeah, because I mean, the MCO's got a 10-watt LED. The Big Bertha's got a 20 and a 10. So it's got 20 always. You open the door and then a 10 turns on shining into the truck. So you can actually see what you're doing. Yeah. Even the Slowio's got 210 watts. It's like, I'm not here to be working in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be bright. Otherwise, you're straining your eyes for nothing.
Yep.
So I see you have got another fun topic there.
Oh, yes. The click mechanism. Yeah. So I have been everyone like every, I don't know, a few times a week, people always ask me about a click mechanism. And what you don't know is like for the last year, many years, I've been banging my head against a wall with click mechanisms because I have a very particular set of things I wanted to do. There's basically like
You want it to
I
click.
do want it to click. I want it to feel like it clicks. I want the button to return to the same height, no
Yeah.
matter if it's like out or in, because I don't like a wobbly button. I want it just to be the same. Like there's just a bunch of little stupid things I want.
Okay.
I want it to fit inside a 3/8 body. I want it to be short. Yeah, I don't want it to be bearing based because a lot of these like mechanisms, there's like a little bearing rolling
Yeah.
around in a track, which is fine, but they don't make any kind of audible click or they don't feel good, and they're fighting
Yeah.
themselves, so they wear really funny. And then other people design really nice ones with cams, and that's one I had designed, but it's completely silent, which is like, well, that defeats a point in my opinion. Or like if you press it, it works perfectly.
Yeah. You want to annoy the
Yeah, you
people
want
in
like
your office.
so. Anyways, I finally figured out
Yeah.
a method that works. I can machine it. I think it's all basically 3-axis. I can do almost all of it 3-axis. Might be some broaching involved. But yeah, I'm super pleased with it. So I have the design finished. I'm going to throw it on the little resin printer. I'm going to print it to see exactly how it feels and looks like. And then I'm going to start machining one. So yeah, I'm super jazzed. Oh, I also want the pocket clip to be like super deep carry, which just complicates everything because now you have like a cross hole or yeah. So it's
Yes.
just, yeah, it's been a cluster for a long time. But I think I finally have something I'm happy with. So
Okay.
I'm pretty pleased about that because that's going to be the next, like, I know that'll sell really,
Interesting.
really
The
well.
next.
So
As if your pens don't sell really, really
right,
well
but I mean, a
already.
bolt action is just it's. I mean, the nice thing is like when the world
Yeah.
ends and you need a function like something to work, a bolt action is gonna work like that. There's a reason people use
Yeah.
them in like rifles and stuff is because there's not a lot to break. But a click is
Yeah.
cool.
I actually need to buy a refill for the pen of
Oh,
yours that
just
I
hold
have.
up. I'll send you a
That
better one.
one
Yeah.
always
Oh yeah, that
works.
one nothing's gonna break.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah. Do you know what the problem with that one is? The biggest issue.
mm,
It's freaking
yeah,
heavy. So if you drop it, the pen stops
yeah. It's
working.
like
It smushes
yeah,
the
it's all
ball.
solid brass. The amount of refills I've lost from those stupid
Yeah.
pens, dropping them, and just
That's
boom,
great.
there goes the tip. Yeah,
I did the other day. Literally happened the
yeah,
other day. Tip doesn't
yep.
write anymore. It landed on the tip.
Yeah.
I think it landed on the tip on a rubber mat and it still
Yeah,
doesn't
those are heavy
write.
little bitches. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That thing's heavy as hell. It's in my office, I think. It's not here, so it must be in my office.
yeah.
But yeah, no, that thing's still
Nice.
kicking around. No, sweet. I'm glad you finally got a mechanism you're
I think I
somewhat
am.
happy
I think
with.
I'm happy with it. Like once I print it and then once I machine it, I think I'll be able to see. Sometimes I
Yeah.
print it, or sometimes like, and you're like,
Okay.
oh shit, this isn't gonna work at all. I didn't look at this, but this one, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I've kind of cycled it in CAD as much as I can. I'm like, I can't see what's gonna break on this. Like it seems stupid robust, and it should
Yeah.
click like a proper like the. I've read the stupid Parker
Yeah.
patent so many times it'll make you sick. But like, yeah, there's a reason. Yeah, it's fun. I'm excited. So
Danica. Oh, wait, let me find this thing. She found a thing today. I'm buying a Soraya Tech Blue
okay,
Onyx Black. I don't know. The
right,
black
right,
blue
yeah.
resin because I need to print followers for STR magazines. Um, so I'm going to pick up a roll of that when I pick up the purple filament this week. And then I will be
Yeah.
fancy. I just want to find this thing, Danica. So this might be interesting to some of our listeners. She put it in my family group, which is muted because those people are noisy. She put it in her family group. Sorry, this is super interesting to listen to me scroll through my WhatsApp. No, it's not my family group.
You
It's
could
her
sing
family
while you
group.
do it. That would help.
No, then I'll forget what I'm doing. Okay, she says, for anyone who is studying, Notebook LM, so Notebook Large Model, I would assume, or language model by Google, allows you to provide source materials in PDF form and interact with the AI contents of those sources.
Sick.
She literally put something in there and said, please summarize this as if it was a podcast.
Oh, cool.
She sent me the podcast. It was a book she's been wanting to read, a business book, summarized it into a 17-minute podcast style video
Cool.
or audio.
I like this.
And then, because it's in the language model, if you got a question, you ask it and it interacts with you, answering your questions.
I like this.
Yeah. So I might ask her tomorrow to just do a quick thing for the to shove up on the Patreon explaining it.
Oh, that's a cool.
Actually, that's what I will do. I'll ask her to record a video tomorrow just explaining how to use it, and we can put it on our Patreon for free So anyone who wants it can just hop onto our Patreon and just have a look at
Oh,
it
that's
quickly.
cool. I like this idea.
Because I think that would be super useful because a lot of people like their content in podcasty
Absolutely.
form, and this way you can like pull in things you don't really want to sit and read.
Nice. Ooh, I like
So
this.
thought it was an very interesting thing. I'll look more into it because there's a couple books I want to read, but I don't want to read them.
Right.
Like I prefer the podcast format, quite honestly. Like today was Lean Built and PFG
Yeah.
Live. And then tomorrow, someone else drops a podcast on a Tuesday. I can't remember who, but I know we do, so that's what I'm listening to
Nice.
tomorrow. And then, Thursday, Friday, like there's a whole bunch. Also, the Order Cards guys, they are cunning as hell.
Okay.
So I was listening to Continual
Yep.
Improvement, or Incremental, yeah. And they were saying, no, if you want to make a sample of our Kanban cards, head onto our website, fill it out, and we'll generate a card for you.
Okay.
You got to put your business name, email address in
Oh,
to
of
get the
course,
card.
yeah.
I'm like, that is so cunning because I want to see what the card's going to look like. So there you go, have my information.
Yeah.
But yeah, they started following me on Instagram as well,
Cool.
which is quite cool.
Yeah, those guys are cool. I like the work both those guys are doing, and yeah.
100%.
I mean, I love their podcast. It's fantastic,
really,
and it's cool hearing like Ariel progress with the whole artist system, and then Devin with his shop, and
the artist system's quite sweet. Like we now looking at building out the one bedroom to be the packaging and assembly room, and that's okay. Cool. Then we're gonna have to build Kanban cards because I order screws per batch. Like, so, okay, cool. We're doing 20 of the thing. I'll order in enough for 25 units that we've got a little bit of headroom. But at some point, I'm going to end up with 1,000 spare screws. So we kind of need to know what's there. So at some point, we can order to have our numbers correct. So yeah, that's something down the line. Also, I bought a impact driver.
Ooh, fancy.
I bought a 12-volt one.
Oh.
No, so I bought a 12-volt one because it's only 100
right,
Newton
and that's
meters,
all. Yeah, it's probably all you want,
which is a stupid number of Newton meters. But you can thwacker an M5 bolt, and it's not going to rip the threads right out. Yeah. So I use it for assembling the anchor points for all the M5 bolts. It's brr, 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 it's all fucking tight. Like it doesn't tighten M8s very well, hence my stopper moving back in the lathe because I thwacker that thing, and it really did not help. But yeah, cute little thing. Charges with USB-C. So it's 12 volts. Plug in on USB-C, and it's obviously got some magical healing stuff on the chip there that charges one cell at a time.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But yeah, very clever. Yeah. Cheap as well. It was silly cheap, actually. And then I bought off Take A Lot, which is our knockoff Amazon. Ordered it, and then I got an advert for it like 100 Rand cheaper the next day. It was $75 with same day delivery. Yeah, super cheap. And it's the same family of drills that I have, just different battery size, which is a bit dumb, but it's fine. It's also the ergonomics are weird because the battery's in the handle, not on the bottom.
Oh,
the ergonomics are weird. It's not as balanced.
Right. Yeah.
Because the weight is in your hand and hanging below. And yeah, kind of weird, but it works.
Yeah.
I was using stuff on the grinder today.
Nice.
To put parts on and off the grinder. Yeah, I like the thwackers. They're great.
That's sick.
Yeah. Actually, that's one thing. Speaking of thwackers, when I ran the access control mounts I did a little while ago, I was using my battery drill with a clutch set right down to tighten the Mighty Bite, the 500 size Mighty Bites, and then using the thwacker to loosen the bolts because the clutch is not the same in both directions. And I was chatting to EJ this week. I'm going to be putting on my website in the next, give me a few days, all my negative volumes for all the Mighty Bite clamps that I've used.
Yeah.
So it's basically, you pull in that negative volume, you joint it to the side of your part, and then you Boolean it from the fixture. It puts in all the clearances to use like a normal end mill, a 6mm end mill to make the pockets, the chamfer, the hole size for threading, the depth that's required, all that stuff just by a simple Boolean operation. So I've got a bunch of those that I want to upload, all the stuff that I use regularly. And then also the Carline clamps, which are patented by Carline. So I'm not selling them. The files will be available.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool.
Like I can't sell the things. I make them for myself all the time. So the files will be available for anyone who wants to make them. Carline, I'm in South Africa. Your patent means nothing to me.
Well, and it's like it's not that like ridiculously complicated, but like anybody worth their salt's gonna be able to look at it and be like, oh,
No,
I can hammer something up my own. Like, yeah,
I have two brain
yeah,
cells. Let me rub
yeah,
them
exactly.
together.
I don't think anybody
I'm
and nobody
assuming.
wants to sell them. Like,
I'm assuming.
you'd probably much rather buy them
Yeah,
if you could.
you're
Yeah,
never going to make
yeah,
money
exactly.
selling them. I assume Sanders licensed that from them
Oh,
on their
maybe.
mod
I wonder. I
license.
wonder if it because
No, their patent is thorough. It's a patent on using the screws countersink to actuate the clamp. Like, it's very thorough because I read through it a while
yeah,
ago, like 7, 8 years ago, and either it lapsed or they. I don't think it lapsed. As far as I know, it's still
yeah,
held. I think they might have licensed it from them, but that's just
yeah,
speculation.
or just got fancy with like. I was like, I know it's very easy to get around those by just being like, oh, I use this because it's for this.
No, no, that patent is really, really well executed. Like, as far as protecting it, it covers the use a clamp or moving jaw actuated by the countersink on a bolt. Like, it was really, really well
I
worded
don't
that you're going to battle to get
I don't even
around
know
it.
how you can patent something that's just so bait. It's like me patenting like a lever, being like,
It's in patenting an
yeah, like
application.
I'm gonna patent the lever because
No,
that's no one else has thought of this. It's like it's
yeah,
not that
sure.
complicated.
If there's no pre-existing art, no problem. If
Yeah,
you're the first to think of a
yeah,
lever, then sure, they were the first guys to come up with this
yeah.
idea. I know my dad had a patent on stuff for gardening accessories. Basically, his patent was an application patent covering anything you use to extend your hands to be able to grab more stuff than would fit in your hands. It was like super broad, and he got away with it. Like, it meant nobody could rip him off. Like, you could take two pieces of cardboard, but you're infringing on his
No,
patent
no,
at that
scratch
point.
that. Anybody
So yeah,
could do it. You just have to defend it. That's the only difference.
yeah.
You got to be able to
Well,
pay to
that's the
defend it.
thing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the difference. You have to pay to defend it, and yeah, like, and it's not really a thing unless you're selling it. Like, they're not going to go after you
Totally.
unless you're
Yeah,
making
totally.
money
Yeah,
doing it.
yeah.
So yeah, I've got M8 car lines. I made a whole bunch a little while ago. I made cheese grabbers as well, which had a serrated jaw for gripping plastics. And then I've had M4s. I used the M4s. I've got M6s. I've got M8s. So I'm going to throw those all up on a resources page on the website. That yeah, if people want them, go grab them. I run them with a slitting saw, so I've got them set up that I can run off. I think I ran off 7 of the M6 ones out of one block of material.
Nice.
One little stick, 25 or 1 inch by 1 inch by like, hang on, Imperializer, um, 1 inch by 1 inch by 2.5 inches long piece of material. I made 7 of these little
Nice.
joints, and I made them longer so that I could try and get the Allen wrench in to tighten against the heatsink I was making. I didn't make them quite long enough, so I ended up having to file away some of the top hat to be able to actually get the wrench in to tighten it down. But yeah, I managed to tighten it down at least.
Cool.
So,
Okay, well, I
and
see,
then
yeah, you have
I have one more.
4,200 is greater than 3,000.
Yes, significantly greater. So after Danica broke my lathe last week, I put in the new closed loop stepper, and I went from 7.5 Newton meters
Right?
to 12, which is a fair step up. And I put the rapids to match the Z axis, so 4.2
Okay.
meters a minute. It's a hell of a lot faster than 3 meters a
Oh,
minute.
okay.
Like, a hell of a lot faster. Like, noticeably, when I'm going from like my grooving tool all the way to the other end of the table on a 300 mil travel, it's noticeably faster. Like, it's 25% faster, but holy cow, that's terrifying. Like, when you moving short distances and going between tools, it is terrifying. But yeah, my good old lathe, old Big
Nice.
Bertha.
Yeah, that little stuff adds
Yeah,
up, right? Like it's
oh no, it adds up so quickly. Like, I would like to put a servo motor on the spindle, but I can't justify wasting money on that because in reality, the gains we will get from that will never we probably will never recoup in what's left of that machine's lifespan.
sure. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Like, are we spinning up a couple 100 kilos to 2000 RPM? It's going to take
Yeah.
some time.
Yeah, yeah.
No, even if I put a 6 pole motor in, it's still going to take some time to spin up because we're only putting 2.2 kilowatts into the
Right. Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 2.2 kilowatts is still 2.2 kilowatts.
Yeah. No, I play the same game with my lathe. I'm like, I should put a big spindle motor, and then I'm like, or I should put faster like servos on the axes. And I'm like, you know what? It's sitting here, not running right now. So I'm like, like, yeah, I
Yes.
could, but like, I still have so much headroom that I'm not
It's
using.
not,
It's just like,
yeah, it's not the
yeah, it's like,
bottleneck.
let's focus on other things there, Mr. Flupchuck. Yeah.
Or even the MCO, like I'm like, oh, I could put faster motors or this. It's like, nah,
Yeah.
it works. It sits most of the time. It's got its lines that it
Totally.
runs. That's what it
Yep.
does. And then it sits the rest of the time. Doesn't need, it would be nice if it was faster, but do I need to make 500 parts a day or do I need to make 250
Right.
parts a day?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
250 parts a day, that's not the limiting factor. Even if the customer's replacing the orders they promised, it's still not the limiting
Yeah.
factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to come of those clowns
Mm.
this month because they were told in no uncertain terms that they order 500 or they don't order
Mm.
again. No, I'm tired of this 100 story. Like, just order proper quantities. Like, stop screwing me around, please. So we'll see what comes of that.
Nice. Right. Well,
Yeah. Hey, so Curt, what have you been googling?
I have been Googling all kinds of very interesting things. I mainly Googled a bunch of stuff because I have that printer up and running now, which I, if you talk
Yes.
about it in a time sense, I was better off to just go buy like the $400 bamboo printer and not worry about it. But if you talk about of what brings me joy, I am so happy that that printer is all dialed in now because it prints so well and it is so reliable again. So yeah, I'm super pleased with that. I was just googling a bunch of like Trinamic driver stuff because they're all like digitally set now in firmware. You don't set screws anymore.
Yeah.
Like that's my old ones were all like the A whatever 4988. So
Dude, that's been like that for the
yeah,
last
well,
five
I'm
years
1,000 years behind.
from when I built my
Yeah, I'm like a
printer.
million years behind. Mine were still like set with screws, so I was like, okay, well, these are all digitally set
Yep.
now, and just anyway. So I'm googling a bunch of that jazz and just kind of coming up to speed in that whole world. Um, so yeah, a bunch of that stuff, bunch of like I said, just tooling stuff in super cheap Jamie land of tooling. It's just I just going buck wild and being like, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that. I'm like, hey, calm down, tough guy. Like you don't have to buy so much junk, but um all shipped too. So it should be here in like the next week, which is insane when you consider how far it's coming from.
Oh,
So
nice. Yeah. My tool holders say they ship, but the tracking number hasn't been active for nearly a
oh
week. So I will chase them up and find out. They like to mark stuff shipped, and then like a week later, they'll give you through the chat. They'll give you a updated
right.
tracking
Yeah,
number.
yeah, yeah. Just to get y'all
Yeah.
excited. Yeah.
So sorry, I just opened my phone and speak of the Otter Cards guys. They've just liked a
Oh
bunch of my
cool.
stories. And then Sean Connor. I don't know if you've seen
Oh
Connor
100%. Yeah.
Manufacturing.
Yeah. He's
Yeah, bought the Haberly and
yep.
whatnot. I was rewatching one of his videos this like a day or two ago. He's paying property tax on his machine in
Oh,
California.
okay. California, that explains a lot, but what why
Yeah, I assume because it's an asset,
okay.
so he's having to pay tax on it. I'm like, what now?
Huh.
Like, I would burn my government down. Like, get knotted. I paid sale tax. Go fucking die. Like, sorry, what now? You want me to pay tax on a thing that I own? No, thank you. Like, it's bad enough that I gotta pay tax on the freaking house that we own.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, apparently all that shit's going up. But anyway, okay, back to your Googling
Googling, yeah,
endeavors.
and
But yeah, sorry, that took me by surprise when he had to pay tax on a machine
no.
he was buying. Like, property tax. Or, yeah, property tax would
Well,
call
and
it.
speaking of tax, I mean, we just did our taxes were due here just a while ago, so did all that world.
Hmm.
But I started to realize the insane power of buying equipment. So like, I understand why people do it all the time because like my taxes this year were this big machine, and then I bought the lathe and I bought the big mill here. And even if you I should preface this, don't listen to me. I'm not like a tax advisor. I don't know what I'm talking about. But if you buy machines, even if they're on loan, they're considered purchased and that's how they work. You depreciate
Depreciate
them
them,
as
yeah.
they go, but I didn't have to depreciate a ton because I didn't make a ton this year. So I have a ton of tax credit, but like I 100% get why people are like, oh, it's the end of the year. Like I'm just going to buy equipment. Cause yeah, it offsets your income in massively. And like, especially
That is my plan.
manufacturing equipment, like the ratio at which you can write off is super, super high. So yeah, I was like, oh, this is why people get all testy at like, December, be like, I need this on my floor. It's like, oh, I see why. This makes so much more sense when you're on the receiving side of it. So yeah.
Yeah, that's my plan for this year. I'm going to sell a bunch of anchor points and then build my new workshop.
Fair, yeah.
Mostly so that I can have a clean slate. Then maybe I'll have a workshop that looks something like yours, not the chaos that is mine. Because I'll go in with a clean slate, and shit that doesn't need to be there is not going to be there. It can stay in this garage.
Fair.
Like, it'll be the machine shop and the crap garage.
It is easier to start from like even starting this place, like paint it. Like I painted it and I'm like, okay, now I can start putting crap in there. It makes it a lot easier to not just like, have a million things.
I moved in with a bunch of shit that still had to be in there.
Yeah, I get that.
It's never really gone away.
Cool. What have you been Googling?
So what else
I'd say that's
been Googling?
mainly that tax crap, and rest is just nothing of all that interest.
Yeah. And printer stuff.
Tax, and then a bunch of Harvey stuff for stupid small tools. So,
Tiny tools. I was, as usual, Wordle, 32 Street currently. Looking for a new radiator cap for my buggy because turns out that's what was overheating. And then I was looking up O codes because on my auto feeding program, I like to run an if statement at the feed section.
Mm-hmm.
So when it gets to the last part, it doesn't try feed.
Oh, okay.
Then you can have a shorter remnant because it doesn't yeet it out at 2,000.
Right, yeah.
Because that's, super exciting when that happens. Then I was looking up Z's knife supplies because I went to go get some EDM stones and some work. He needs me to machine some stuff. Looking at a table for my assembly/packing room. Looking for a DIY automatic gum tape dispenser. There are no projects that I can find. Because I don't want to spend. No, they're freaking silly expensive.
Really?
That's millimeters. They're like $800-900 for the nice fancy ones. You just push button and it spits out tape.
I'll see what they are here just for shits and giggles.
Looking at articles.
Yes.
Looking at the anchor point, which is on sale, and there are 7 units available. Looking at dial indicators for the grinder. I ended up just making a plan with my finger indicator to set my Z. Shit, I was meant to send my uncle a picture of that. He's got the same grinder as me. And I was like, no, the dial is not accurate. I'm like, no shit, it's not accurate. Put an indicator, and then you can actually measure the physical movements of the Z slide. He's like, okay. So I was meant to send him a picture. And then I was seeing if they still stock the compressor I use. They do. I need to go buy another one before they stop stocking.
Okay.
Because my one is running longer and longer and longer in the day, which is less than ideal. Yeah.
Cool.
I have 2. One is just a tank.
Right, yeah.
But sorry, just seeing. Okay. Things went away on the screen now. But that's what I've been Googling. I've now just closed out most of my tabs. I've left open Wordle, Spangled, and Connections.
Spangled?
All the New York Times games.
I guess I'm behind it.
Strands. Sorry,
okay,
Strands. Okay. That way I can at least practice doing word things. And I was looking at shelves. Again, for the...
My wife said you should do what is it called? The mini or something? It's like a mini crossword. Comes out every day. She said it's fun too. She's like if you're doing Wordle, you'll probably like that one too. So she does all those as well. Yeah,
Wordle. I love Wordle. I've got a system that works pretty freaking well. So it's really hard to stuff it up. And then if you get to the last one and you haven't got it yet, you open an incognito tab and you go and do it till you get it there, and then you come back and finish it so you don't lose your count. I have systems in place to make sure that I don't lose. I was actually, Danik and I were chatting about this on Sunday morning. We went for breakfast. We were chatting about that, and like neither of us really like to be in the middle of the pack. Like we do the quiz nights on a Wednesday. We like winning. I'm there to win. I'm not there to be in the middle of the pack. I'm there to freaking win. The robot stuff, I'm there to win. Like I'm either podiuming or I'm winning. I'm not there to come last. And I tend to get very competitive with things that I do.
It's like Jamie's World. It's not about the friends you meet along the way. It's about the people that you crush.
Exactly. 100%. I'm there to win. Otherwise, why are you there? Like, yeah, I tend to be a little bit competitive, just a
Fair
little.
enough.
Yeah, winning is fun. Yeah, cool. So, what the? Okay, from the middle. Oh, okay. I'm scrolled down a little bit here. Okay, cool. So, where can people find you?
People can find me at confoundedmachine.com. I think the next drop of pens coming out is going to be a bushel of Canada pens because I kind of want to finish those while the timing is fun, although the timing might last for a very long time. We'll see how that goes. So that should be open. I think it's gonna I think it's gonna be open to the world, but I think I'm going to put some things in place to basically still incentivize Canadians because it is a Canadian pen. It's a bunch of Canadian shit all over it. Like I gotta I gotta I gotta give these my local friends a little bit of a leg up. So I think I'm gonna work some magic into it. I'll have more information coming out. But yeah, all my information's on there. You can sign up on newsletter stuff on the contact page or poke around on the media page. And it links back to here if you don't know how to get here because you're already here listening. Anyways, how about you, Jamie? How can people find out about your wares?
Nice. Uh, yeah, you can find us at jspeceng.com or jspec_engineering, I believe, on Instagram. Um, yeah, you can find out more about the anchor point. There will be some more resources going up, including blank palette models and a dummy model for you to print if you want to see what it's going to look like in your machine, because someone
That's a
asked
good
me for
idea.
that. Yeah, I put out a Q&A for anchor point questions, and that was one of the questions. Is there a 3D printed model available? So I made a dummy model. Um, yes, it is jspec_engineering. Just wanted to make sure of that for the Instagram. But yeah, we've got anchor points for sale on the website currently. We also have a pre-order for batch 2, but please buy batch 1 first. Um, and then there's also shirts that are designed by my lovely wife Danica. Those will be there till the end of the month, and then there will be new designs. Chip fans will still be there, but there'll be new designs to replace the other shirts that are available now. So you have until the end of the month, and then they're gone for a while, or probably ever. Who knows? You never know with my lovely wife, who is our podcast producer, just for some context. So yeah, what are you up to today,
Today is
Kurt?
going to be a fun-filled day where I'm going to put headphones on and I'm going to blank out a whole wackadoo of pen bodies. And as they're blanking, I throw them into the hard engine. It does all the internal work. So it's just a super tedious day. It's
Nice.
nice. It's a productive day, but it's a very boring day. It's one of my least favorite things to do. But it's also super nice
Like,
feeling because it's the most like annoying part of the pen to machine. And then just having them just like come out as I'm doing other things. It's kind of
yeah,
pleasing. So.
yeah, you're putting in the legwork up
Totally. Yeah,
front.
exactly. Once this is all done, after this is all just kind of fun, like machine work where I can be doing higher level stuff as opposed to just pure grunt slave work, which today is going to be. So, yeah.
It's like grinding anchor point
Totally.
pads. Super fun to spend 15 minutes
Right.
on each
Yeah.
one. It's the
Right. Yeah,
best.
exactly. So,
But
how
yeah.
about you? What's your,
So
oh, go ahead.
I'll ask you about it after the podcast. It's fine. No, I was curious about your process there with you blanking out the OD on the big lathe, and then are you drilling and reaming in
Yeah,
the
basically
hardenge,
I
or what are
put
you
the
doing in
whole
the?
stick into the manual lathe because it has a tailstock, and then I
Yeah,
rough it, finish it, just so I get a really nice outside, very consistent diameter. Part it, and then that blank
yeah.
goes into the hard hinge. The hard hinge drills it, reams it, threads the ends, chamfers it, makes it all pretty, spits it out. Um, yeah, so it does all the
Okay.
internal work. I do all the external work.
Oh, you drilling and reaming. Is that all in one
No, no,
operation, or
no,
is the
no.
reaming
The
still a
reaming
separate
is
operation?
technically like after
Okay.
everything is done because then I do a through spindle coolant. Yeah,
Yeah, I was going to say because it seems like that might
yeah,
require more
yeah.
setup. Okay, I was just
Yeah,
curious.
if I was
Okay, and does your manual lathe have a name?
it doesn't. No, it definitely doesn't have a name. It should have a name. I don't know what I should call it.
Okay, yeah, we'll fix that. Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. I do like that.
Yeah, after the podcast, I'll tell you why that's so funny. But yeah, that's a brilliant name. Yeah, I'm gonna go sleep, and then tomorrow morning I've got to set up to run some tool steel in the LK. So I'm set up for steel currently, uh, and ship out another 2 anchor points tomorrow
Ooh.
because I split the orders so that we can try and avoid tariffs. But who knows? We're gonna
Yeah,
find out.
it's every day's a surprise.
Yeah, well, because exactly. It changes on a day to
Hmm.
day basis. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for listening. Please consider sharing this with someone who you think might also enjoy our antics. Uh, give us a 5-star review and like and subscribe on YouTube. For those on YouTube, we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And for the people over there, we're on YouTube. Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next week.
Take care, all.